Well, Happy New Year, everyone. So, I thought today for a New Year's video, I would do an update on this 1969 Dodge Dart Custom. You haven't seen much of this car in quite a while, so let's get into it. For anyone that's not been around this channel, or maybe you were but you forgot about it, this is a car that I bought about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something in that range. And I got off Craigslist and I just sort of stuck it away for a rainy day project. I think we did get it running and get it moving, but that was about it. So anyway, about a year ago, I got pretty serious about getting this car fixed and on the road. And if you remember, or you can go back in the videos if you want to, it's on here, but this car's main issue, the reason I guess it was parked, put away, was it had gotten rear-ended over here, and it had pretty much shoved the quarter panel up pretty good, bent the bumper in, and so damaged the trunk floor. And so it needed help back there. And in the ensuing years that it sat, it got real dirty. It got invaded by squirrels and mice and who knows what. They just made a mess out of the interior. So had two bad tires on it, needed the usual brakes and exhaust and fuel system, and it was leaking water, had rotted out freeze plugs. But when I bought it, even as bad as it looked, I was determined that I wanted it, because you don't see many of these anymore. I've had several Valiants, but not many Darts, and not many Darts this year. There used to be a ton of these, but they've not, people don't save them usually. So I like the way it looked, I like the color, I like the dog dish hubcaps, and especially like the fact that it was equipped with a V8 engine. This has a 273 V8. It's a smaller version of a 318. And it was last year for the 273. After 69 there was no more. They decided 318 would be sufficient. So anyway, I got started on this thing, and the big thing for me, not being a professional body person, was repairing this quarter panel. So I ended up I found a car in the junkyard that had a good quarter on it, and grafted it on and grafted the trunk floor extension in, and put a cheap coat of paint on it where it needed it, straightened the bumper out as best I could, and got everything to close and everything to fit, put a trunk seal in it. Did that. Let's see, I repainted this side here. This is that's the second time this car's been kind of hit in the back, I guess, but it had been repaired right here, put a door on it, and body work was looking kind of rough, so went in and just kind of smoothed that out. I didn't have to really repair anything. So it's not body wise, it's not the cleanest car you'll ever find, but you know, for what it is, it turned out pretty decent for a good, nice, affordable vintage car. So once I did that, somewhere in there I realized I was going to have to pull the engine and transmission out of it and reseal it. So I did that. I pulled that 273 out, put freeze plugs in it, oil pan gasket, timing chain, water pump, valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, rear seal, rear main seal, front transmission seal, sealed the transmission up, and all that. Put it back in. I fixed the radiator. So that was that. That's about all I had to do. The engine, not much to it. The engine looked good inside. So I went through the interior of this car also. Originally it had a kind of a two-tone interior. It had a black dash, and it had cream colored doors and door panels, which I didn't like at all, and they were kind of rough shape. So Had carpet which was ruined, had a seat which was good, back seat which was good, but they were the wrong color for what I wanted to do with this car. So I went through and just fixed up the whole interior, pulled the dash out of it, uh, got door panels for it, repainted everything. So I put carpet in it, rebuilt the heater box, rebuilt the dash. Everything in the dash, radio doesn't work, didn't deal with that. I had this thing out twice to fix it. It works fine now. Rebuilt the cluster and everything, and then when I got the thing apart, I found out that the speedometer's busted. The odometer works, but the speedometer has got a part broken in it, and it's not accurate. It doesn't even work. It gets stuck sometimes, make noise. So it's pretty much junk. We put a new windshield in it. Kind of fixed up some used visors, put a headliner in it, which is going to have to be done a little bit better. It's going to be tightened up a little bit. But found a couple seats out of the junkyard, so I put those in. I dyed those and put them in. They're fair. That's the best I can say on that. So I did that. And I put new seat belts in it, new shoulder belts, everything. Put 2 new tires on it, went through all the brakes, all that stuff. I think I might have said that, maybe I didn't, but all the systems, I went through everything on it. Let's see, this is a 273 V8. It's the original engine, original transmission. All the numbers match if that matters on something like this. But it's as original as I could keep it. It's original radiator. Wiring's all original. Everything. All the air conditioning stuff's there. So you've got a hood pad. So engine carburetor. So anyway, what have I been doing to this car after I got it all put back together? Well, about the past 6 months, I've just been driving it everywhere I wanted to go. It's been perfectly reliable. I've not had any problems with it, no leaks. It's ran great. You used oil for about the first 500 miles, and it would smoke when you started it. And then just like that Plymouth I had, the more I drove it, the more that eased up. And now, you know, if it puts out any smoke when you start it, I'd be surprised. And the oil consumption went back to normal. So anyway, it's been a great car. So you know what time it is now for it, right? It's time to sell it. So I am probably going to put this up for sale in the next few weeks. I don't know about a price yet. So anyway, it's a good car for whatever someone want to do with it. Keep it like it is, drive it. If you want to do something else with it, use it for something else. I don't care. I would hate that, but you know, the price will be the same no matter what you buy it for. But all, like I said, all the original stuff's there. 69 radiator, all the, you know, everything. The floors are good on it. I didn't have to do no repairs to the floors, no repairs to the trunk floor. The rockers, quarters, excellent. So it was the exact opposite of that green Swinger I've got in there working on. So never did get any water damage. Bumper's good. Got a little pull mark on it on one side, looks like. But anyway, yeah, guys, I think I'm going to put this one up for sale. I've enjoyed it, and I've achieved my goal of getting it back on the road and able to be used and enjoyed. And, yeah, oh yeah, I think I paid like $500 for dual exhaust on it, so I did that. It's not perfect, you know. You'd have to be able to live with it. It's whatever, you know, kind of shape it's in. Don't expect perfection, but anyway, I've got, you know, I've enjoyed it, but I've got one under a cover over there, one in the garage already. I've already sold one car, 2 cars last year. And so people say, well, keep them all. Well, I can't keep them all because not only do I get bored with them, but, you know, I'm only one person, so capable of just maintaining the fleet here. So this one's time is here. So let me know if you want to. Let me know if you're interested in it. It's not going to be a giveaway. If you don't have the money, don't contact me. If you don't want to come down here and look at it, where it's at, don't contact me. If you're not sure your wife's going to let you, don't contact me. If you don't have a way to get down here and pick it up, don't contact me. But if you meet all that criteria otherwise, feel free. So that said, we're in the very first part of January and it's cold, and I'm going to hang it up. I'm working on stuff for about the next 2 months, at least cars. This truck's not finished yet. It's got stuff needs to be done. The green card needs more done to it. Needs, continue with that. But I'm done with it for about 2 months because I am not a winter person. I detest the winter. I detest the cold weather. And in here, this part of the country, this is what we get. This is the kind of winters we get. It's just nasty cold enough to make you not enjoy being outside. And it's gray, and we don't get enough snow to make it even worth it. So usually in the summer you can't keep me inside the house, but during the winter it just saps my ambition to be out here doing anything. So about all I want to do is just feed the birds and watch the wildlife, and then I get in the truck here and drive around and look at old stuff, and maybe I'll go for a hike or something like that. But I haven't been doing enough of that, so I'm going to be spending that time doing that. And I have kind of neglected this channel, and I want to refocus my efforts on that. And I've got to buy parts for one project. I got a bunch of parts for projects that I want to sell that I won't need for anything. So this is the time now to sell those. So we're doing a lot of that. So anyway, I'm going to be kind of out of pocket for probably till about 1st of March. And then you get into March, it starts warming up around here. That's what I can't wait for. I love warm weather. I thought, in years past, I keep thinking, I love being in that shop and just get to work with the heat on and do things, and that's not the case. I don't like it. I feel like I'm cooped up in there. I feel like it's claustrophobic, and it costs a lot of money to heat that thing. So anyway, my hands are going numb now, even with gloves on. So I'm done with it. Heck with it. So I've got stuff on this green swinger that I'm going to work on inside in my house, in my inside shop area. Heater box, speedometer, cluster, stuff like that. I'm going to work on that, but we're hanging it up till spring. You can be out in this crap if you want to, not me. Anyway, just want to give you an update on this and the shop deal. And like I said, it's been a great car. It's got all the paperwork with it from the first owner. They bought it locally in December of 1968. It's got all the paperwork, it's titles, registered, insurance, all that good stuff. So anyway, don't leave any comments saying if I were closer. Well, you either need to be closer or not. But don't wait on any. Don't be waiting on any inheritance from an aunt or an uncle or a grandfather that hadn't died yet. I know I tick people off sometimes by being pretty blunt about things, but that's just the way it is. Don't count on that. I'm not interested in that either. So if you want to arrange to bring me some folding green and a driver or a trailer or whatever you want to do, that's fine anyway. But come down and look at it, feel free to. Not, I'll just kind of hang on to it till it warms up. Thanks for watching. Again, everybody, have a happy new year. We will see you on the next one.